How Teachers Can Learn Awesome Things Every Day, episode 591.
The 10-Minute Teacher Podcast with Vicki Davis. Every weekday, you'll learn powerful, practical ways to be a more remarkable teacher today.
So today we're talking with Kelly Christopherson. He works with #AskEdChat. That's Thursday at 8 p.m., 25-year educator. And Kelly, you think that every day is a PD day. Talk about that.
Well, I believe that in today's world, with the technology we have and the ability to make connections, that we can be learning every day. I believe that we can learn something new or add to what we already know or ask a question, and we can do that every day. It doesn't have to wait for a convention or a conference or anything special. All people have to do is reach out to somebody around them or pick up a book or go online. We have the ability to be learning all the time.
Now, you have seen lots of people in your career sort of transform their lives. Do you have an example or two that you think of when you realized, okay, something different has happened?
I mean, there's teachers that I've met who start out, let's say, coming to SaskEdChat because they've been invited, and then they realize that there's a whole group of people out there, and they start to make connections. There's a teacher I know that's been teaching about 8 or 9 years, and he got on to Twitter, and it just opened his world. He began to realize that he could connect with other people. So he takes part in Twitter chats. He's, does mystery Skypes. He's Skyped with other classrooms, and that came simply through joining a simple Twitter chat one time.
And just joining a Twitter chat, because I know Twitter has changed my life as well as, Facebook and Instagram, just anywhere where you can learn. Now, this is more than just something you've conversed about. I mean, you're doing research in this area. Tell me a little bit about the journey you're taking of curiosity on this topic.
I began with the whole idea that my experience with social media was that I could connect with anybody or just about anybody, and I could continue my learning no matter where I was. And so that made me begin to wonder about what were other teachers experiencing when they were on social media. And so how was it affecting their classrooms? What was going on? Like, was it actually making a difference? Or was they just going online and having conversations and going back and doing what they've always done? And so that was where I began to wonder about what is the effect of teachers being on social media, and how is it affecting their classroom practices? What's it doing to their classrooms? How are things changing? That's where my research is. That's what I'm looking at, is what's happening with teachers once they're on social media. And it can be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the different social media platforms seem to be able to help teachers to make changes and to change what they're doing in their classroom.
And different teachers use social media in different ways. I mean, some use social media to find ideas, and others just, I guess, use it as a virtual water cooler just to kind of hang out and commiserate. Is that the case? Or is everybody seeing this social media as professional development?
Well, I think like anything, some people combine the two. So it becomes the water cooler and the learning. Other people keep things separate. So they have one area where they go and they talk and commiserate, and the other where they use strictly for professional learning. It really depends on the teacher, what they're doing in their career. That seems to be something that is an important part of the piece, is where they are in their career. I can't tell you exactly what the piece is, but you see slight differences in how teachers use and which platforms they use.
Now, you said something I think important when we opened the conversation about every day is a PD day. You talked about social media, but you also said pick up a book. Do you think some people, I mean, that's not revolutionary. I have a book I'm reading on now. But do you think some people have forgotten the value of books, or do you think that's still in the PD mix for teachers?
Oh, I think it's in the PD mix, definitely. I think that picking up a book and reading and being able to sit and ponder is definitely part of it. I think what changes a little bit is now, after we've read that book, we can go have a discussion with somebody. We're not just isolated, oh, I read this book. We can have those conversations with people that have also read the book and maybe think a little bit differently than we do or see things slightly differently, which opens up a whole new perspective for us. So we're able to have conversations in ways that we've never been able to have conversations before. I mean, we could do it at school if somebody happened to be reading the same book, right? Now we can have it with people all over North America, all over the globe.
Well, we can literally quote, hash it out
Yeah.
because of the hashtags. But, honestly, I'm in a book club and our principal at our school has asked that each of us join a book club of 4 to 5 teachers. But the book I found out was Adrenaline Rush by John Meehan. And I have found out about him through a hashtag on Twitter and then had him on the show. And then now we're reading it and discussing it. So even finding about the book for me happened on social media because you start seeing these hashtags trend or you start seeing people talk about things. And, aren't we very much word of mouth kind of folks?
Oh, most definitely. I think that that's one of the things that the teaching profession has always done is we've shared ideas and swapped ideas, whether it's in the parking lot or in the hallway or in, the photocopy room. We have discussions, and I think that that's always been an important part of it. It's just now that we've expanded where we can have those discussions. And Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the stories that you're seeing that teachers are putting about their day or, just the things that people are sharing on Pinterest. You have LinkedIn where people are having conversations. So there's a place where I think it doesn't matter who you are, you can find that spot. And it doesn't have to be like a Twitter chat. You can join a book club and share with other teachers.
So Kelly, as we finish up, what advice do you give to educators who they feel busy, they may be stressed, they have so much on their plates and they're thinking, you want me to do, PD too, which, I always talk about innovating like a turtle. So that's not anything new that the listeners wouldn't have heard. But, what's your advice to get to keep leveling up a little every day?
Well, I think my advice is that you pick something that you want to do. You do it in small, bite-sized chunks, like 15 minutes a day. So if you're just reading or if you're just looking at a topic or if you're, in a Facebook group and you just do it for 15 minutes a day, like in the morning, at lunchtime, after school, we can usually, we might not be able to find an hour, but we can usually find 15 minutes, to be able to just do something that you think will help you to become a little bit better than you were yesterday. And that's all it is, right? We aren't looking for big changes. We're looking for continuous incremental changes in the work that we do and helping students to be just a little bit better themselves every day.
And if you look in nature, growth is gradual. We want to level up a little every day. Yeah. We want to innovate like a turtle. We want to make small, steady progress. And then it does add up over time. So Kelly, you're very innovative. People can follow you online. They can follow you on Twitter. You don't have to be, who do you invite to Sask EdChat? Because I've participated and I'm way far away from you.
Yeah. No, it's for all teachers. It's Sask EdChat because we're in the province of Saskatchewan. So, that's just when we first started, that's kind of the hashtag that we went with. We have people from Florida. We've had people from overseas. We have several people from the United States who join us regularly from different provinces. And so, it's just for teachers. We have discussions about all kinds of different things.
And y'all are a very welcoming crew. And I've been up there with you folks and just a great group of innovative educators. Thanks, Kelly.
Well, thank you very much.
So here's your challenge for today's episode. Participate in one Twitter chat or find one Facebook group and set an appointment with yourself for at least 15 minutes twice this week to learn something new. And if you really want to take the challenge, have a learning journal and jot down what you learned. I love to, at the end of every day, write down the things that I learned, the life lessons. And I look back at that learning journal and I've just learned so much. And of course, sometimes it's with technology, but a lot of times it's just about life. And I find that so very helpful. So work to innovate like a turtle. Just set an appointment twice a week. 10 to 15 minutes. And of course, this is part of your PD. It's a little 10-minute opportunity to learn, but we do want to take what we learn and we want to apply it to our classroom. Good luck and let me know how it goes.